Hello, members one and all of the Salivation Nation, and the dollar is taking a big hit. And the question is will it continue? Will it recover? Well, here's an article from Kitco News that talks about the subject. A free-falling dollar is taking gold to new highs. And the dollar traded under dramatic pressure today as of the recording of this video. And because of that, we've seen gold move up and silver and pretty much all the precious metals. And that typically is the case because it's obvious that gold and silver and oil as well are tied to the dollar and the dollar index. So since the beginning of December 2017, the US dollar has been in a virtual free fall. The dollar was trading at roughly 94 on the dollar index on December 11th and closed today at just about above 89. So it has lost a total of 5 full points, which converts to a 5% decrease in value when compared to the basket of currencies contained in the dollar index. On a technical basis, there's no real support until 88.58. The number marks a 61.8% retracement from the lows achieved in October 2013 when the dollar index was 79 to the highs achieved in December 2016 when the dollar index was just below 104. The US dollar continues to trade under pressure and breaks below the 61.8% retracement level at 88.58. It could free fall to a new low not seen since October 2013. And so we'll see. And then this next statement says that while it is known that President Trump favors a weak U.S. dollar, recent statements by the Chinese suggest that a reduction in their purchase of treasuries could also put downside pressure on the greenback. And then that reminds me of this article here that talks about how Mnuchin is saying that a weaker dollar is good for the U.S., Treasury Secretary Mnuchin says. And he says that the U.S. is open for business and welcomed a weaker dollar, saying it would benefit the country. Speaking at a press conference at the World Economic Forum in Davos Wednesday, he made a bid for investment into the U.S., saying the government was committed to growth of 3% or higher. Obviously, a weaker dollar is good for us as it relates to trade and opportunities, Mnuchin told reporters in Davos, according to Bloomberg, adding that the country's short-term value is not a concern of ours at all. Longer term, the strength of the dollar is a reflection of the strength of the U.S. economy and the fact that it is and will continue to be the primary currency in terms of the reserve currency, he said. Now, that is something that obviously the BRICS nations will take issue with and are fighting against. In one way or another, they're fighting against it. And I know there was some talk about, a gold-backed yuan, and but there's no real evidence that that's going to happen. But certainly they want to have some sort of combined strength against the dollar. And so this statement may be seen as a bit of hubris by some of our economic competitors, but we shall see. It certainly is interesting that is making that statement. And the tariffs, the recent tariffs that the administration put on solar panels and other appliances as well, 30 and 50% tariffs could also affect some of this. And we shall see. And maybe this is a way to a weaker dollar, and pushing for a weaker dollar may help to soften the blow from those tariffs. But then what's going to happen to the prices of other commodities? We're seeing it with gold and silver. They're going up. And so this could be something that maybe part for this year on why gold and silver could go up because of that. And also maybe even other things like milk and bread and sugar. We'll see. What's happening in the U.S. is a reflection of programs being put into place. As we look at U.S. growth, it continues to look quite good and very attractive place to invest, Mnuchin said. And he's talking about the dollar dipped slightly after his comments and hit a session low, with the dollar index slipping 0.47% for the day. So very interesting. And Mnuchin iterated that his country is absolutely committed to free and fair trade, according to the Associated Press. He added that a strong U.S. growth was good for the economy and that there was no inconsistency with Trump's America's First agenda, according to the news agency. Going back to this article, talking about the dramatic move with gold was entirely due to the dollar's weakness. Gold has made quite a jump, and is currently fixed at $1357.40 with a gain of $16.50 on the day. It's a pretty big gain. Here's some charts to show the strong move in gold is significant. In fact, historically speaking, one has to go back to July or April 2016 to find the last time gold held at this value. Today's close at $1357 was also well above the highs achieved last year. In 2017, gold's highest weekly close was $1351 per ounce. So very, very interesting indeed to see. Now, where are we at with gold prices as of the recording of this video, which is late, very late in the day as of the recording? Well, the Asian markets are down a little bit. So we may see prices level off a bit on the following day or by the time you see this video. But nonetheless, I do feel that probably we are going to see the prices probably continue to climb based off of that sentiment, and it's probably purposeful that the dollar is weak with the midst of all those things going on, especially with those tariffs, because the whole idea with those tariffs, according to Trump, the Trump administration, is to try to encourage and to help American business and domestic production of those entities, since solar is such a growing market and appliances are needed here in America. Those are strong industries right now, and is to help production here in the U.S., but also maybe even make the blow just a bit softer, possibly for the foreign countries that produce those. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Post your thoughts below on this news, and I'm sure it's been covered by other channels, but this is a slightly different, hopefully a little different perspective on the subject. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.